at the end, Truah, you're close. You're very close. Truah. It's written with a Tav, right? What's next? Reish, good. Then what? Vav, Truah. There's a little complicated here. Ayin, and then a Hey. Tav, right? Reish, Truah. This means a sound, a blast. You ever get near a construction site and there's such a loud noise, it blasted the thing? That's all you heard. You hear anybody talking at all? It was a blast. This is what it will be. The Lord descends from the heaven with a shout. You've never heard him shout like he's going to shout. When God raises his voice. Careful of this one, and I'll be careful because I have so much to do. I will rarely highlight here, but sometimes people keep looking for God with a still small voice. That occurs once in the Bible. That occurred to a broken man. Can God speak that way? He's God. He could do whatever he wants. Did he do it once? Yes. Is that his common method in the Bible? No. His dreams, visions, much through his word. He can speak in an audible voice, which is rare for some. His sheep, John 10, was supposed to know and hear his voice. Psalm 29, the voice of the Lord thunders over the waters. It strips the forest bare. The deer, the creatures go, oh, hey, birth, you know. They just shot into birth because of the voice of God when he raises his voice. So he can raise his voice, okay? The Lord will descend. Now, hear the word Truah, and you usually don't see it enough in English. Blessed is the people, blessed are the people that know the joyful sound, Truah. That's the word here, the joyful sound, Truah. They shall walk, O Lord, in the light of thy countenance. Okay? In the light of thy countenance. Blessed are the people that know. What is the term in Hebrew to know? Lada'at. Lada'at. From the root yada. Yada means to know, but it means to know by experience. Not just from the neck up, but from the head down. You know somebody, you don't just know about them. You know carpentry, you should build something. You know how to drive, you should be able to drive. You know the Bible, you should be able to demonstrate it. Make sense? Okay. You know your craft, you have it. So, you know about marriage, you should have a good one. This is knowing by experience. God says we are to know him, which means we are to know him by experiencing him. All right? So, this term here, blessed are the people that know by what? Experience. To know by experience what? The joyful sound, the Truah. When you hear that word Truah, it's indicative and often reflects directly, depending on which sound, but it often, not always, but often, will refer back to one of the feasts, in this case, Rosh Hashanah, the day of the Yom Truah of the awakening blast. There's different forms and use for the shofars, like in Numbers 20, Numbers 10, Numbers 29. This here is something to pay attention to related to this next holiday. So blessed when you know this by experience, you shall walk, O Lord, in the light of your countenance. Now, back to Leviticus 23 for a moment, verse 4. This is the not so good English translation. These are the feasts of the Lord, even the holy convocations which you shall proclaim in their seasons. Leviticus 23, verse 4. The feasts I told you before, Mo'adei Yahweh, and then it says what? Convocations, right? Even holy convocations, Mikra'e Kodesh, holy convocations, which means holy proclamations. You are to keep these times, and they're to be announced and spoken and proclaimed. A holy proclamation. That's the purpose of these appointments. Now, we're in the which feast? We're in number 5, which is what? Yom Teruah, Rosh Hashanah. This is what's coming next. This is the next one on the calendar. So what I want to sensitize you to now is what? Since Christ fulfilled all the other 4 to the day, this is the next one. Since he's 4 for 4, how do you think? How do you think he's going to do on 5, 6, 7? Yeah, a home run for sure. He's going to run down here and get us home. All right? All right. Leviticus 23, 23 and 4. 23, 23 and verse 24. This relates to this holiday. Let me cue you in. Yesterday was a Friday night at 1844. 6:44 p.m. was a new moon. Astronomical new moon. That means the new moon passes between the earth and the sun. It's a conjunction. You don't see it yet. You can't say Rosh Hashanah yet. We'll go over that tonight. But it's in conjunction as of last night. What is interesting is we're seeing Rosh Hashanah either on or in a Sabbath season. I did all the calculations. There is no other Sabbath for Rosh Hashanah from now through at least 2016. It's on a Sabbath. That happened last night. We're in it up to dusk now. Okay? 2009, yes. 2010, no. 2011, no. 2012, no. 2013, no. 2014, no. 2015, no. 2016, no. And I won't go past 2016 because I know that's an astronomical deadline marker. I don't have to look past there. And you'll find out why in a few minutes. So, I'll look till 3000 if I have to. But God, and I don't want to do all night with you. God said, I will give you evidence so you can find it yourself. But else you got one came saying, go to this, and the other saying, go to this, and then you got the Civil War again. You know? Because everybody had God on their side. They had very religious people on both sides. Well, then why are you all fighting if you're all listening to the same God? Surely he didn't start the war. Seems we better sit down and break bread a little bit better, not break each other. And get God to sign off on our stuff. I want to know what he's doing. I want to sign up to his program. Amen? Amen? All right. Now look at this. Speak unto the children of Israel, 23, 24. Verse 24 in Leviticus 23. Verse 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, that's now, Tishrei, in the first day, which has to be determined, of course, of the month, you shall have a what? Oh, a Sabbath, a Shabbaton. Now, it's a Sabbath rest, but wouldn't it be interesting to have a Rosh Hashanah on a Sabbath, to have a Sabbath rest? That means something. The word Shabbaton, inside that word for Sabbath rest, is the word Shabbat, Sabbath, right there. This is Rosh Hashanah. Leviticus 23, verse 24. A memorial, zichron, of what? Blowing of trumpets. Truah, a holy convocation. Mikra Kodesh. This is the day of the blowing of the trumpets, and it's to be a Shabbaton for you. This is the only Sabbath, Rosh Hashanah, for the next 7 years, counting this one. It has my attention. This is a rare name for this holiday. It's almost never seen. What is another name for this holiday? I'm glad I... I'm going to help. Because it's a joint test. Tests are to pass, not to pass out. Contrary to school and what you may have been misinformed. Yom. Say Yom. Ha. Make a better letter. And not let you back in school. Yom. Say HaKeseh. Yom HaKeseh. Yom Ha the Keseh. K-E-S-E-H. Yom HaKeseh. Yom HaKeseh. All right. Y-O-M Yod Vav Awa Mem Sofit. Keseh HaKeseh. Hey. Kaf. Samech. And then an aleph at the end. Yom HaKeseh. Yom HaKeseh. What's that? That's a kaf. Kaf. Like this. But it starts with a flourish on top. All the Hebrew letters start with a flourish on top if the person's doing good penmanship. This the part of the jot and tittle. It's the tittle portion, which in Hebrew is called a kotz, which means a thorn. Because every letter has on its top, we say it wears a crown, but it's a crown of thorns. So don't you know that the living word has his written word with every single letter it has a crown on top made out of thorns.